Kauai, one of our coordinators for this documentary, gathered some close friends and his mother to talk about Hawaiian backyard music and to share some of their favorite songs. They decided to meet at Kalalea Protestant Church, set below the Kalalea Mountains overlooking Anahola Bay and Anahola Village. Hidden away from the busy road, surrounded by beauty and serenity, this picturesque little chapel inspired the musicians to create truly joyous music. This was really the perfect place for this group to gather, for they grew up in Anahola Village and have many stories to tell about the school, church, Anahola Stream, and the valley. As Jane Smith explains in her interview, the local Hawaiian churches were also where she and many others learned to sing and play Hawaiian music. The kupuna, or elders, taught the younger generations to pronounce the Hawaiian words in hymns correctly and to sing harmony, providing the foundation of whatever music making followed. The friends and families who were invited to the church felt so privileged to be there. They laughed at the stories, enjoyed the music, and were even moved to tears. It was a chicken skin experience for all. Listen and enjoy the music and memories of Kalalea, including Big John Kauai, Helen Kaleohi Obrero, Elaine Kaleohi Fernandez, and Jane Smith. The younger generation of musicians were Sean Teixeira, Keola Alalen, and Preston Nengatan. Big John's mother, Auntie Lorna Hano Kauai, started the concert with a pule.
Beautiful day. And for the entertainers and the members, and we will all come this morning in fellowship to praise God in whatever we do this day. Be a blessing for us and for this school. All these we pray in the most precious name, the Lord our dear Savior. Amen.
My name is Big John Kaua, and I'm almost pure Hawaiian. I was born and raised in a quaint little village down below here of our church. To my wonderful parents, Joseph Kamakahia Kaua, and my wonderful mom, Lorna Lealo Kaua. And it's so wonderful because, you know, when you have parents that sort of try to keep everything Hawaiian, and you know, as we grew up, always respect your neighbors, your uncles, your uncles, and always taught us how to be humble and always said thank you, whatever it happens. And I thought that was really wonderful as far as growing up to be as a little boy. As I grew up, I've always asked the question, well, how did you get yourself involved in music? I first started when I was going to Kaimina back in the 50s, and I used to belong to what they call the Glee Club. And before I was in the Glee Club, I used to sing with a couple of my classmates over in our dormitory, and I had a wonderful experience as far as singing and trying to perpetuate our music, especially the old Hawaiian songs. When you go to Kaimina, they sing a lot of the Charles E. King version, which is something that too bad that not too many of our children today, our family that have the opportunity to go into a school like that where they sing a lot in Hawaii. When I was at Cocoa Palms back in 1950s, 60s and 70s, I was assistant manager of the hotel, and we still had the torchlighting ceremony, and I was responsible for the ceremony that was held every evening. When I would come down and get them ready to start the ceremony, they told me, John told me, he says, you know, come here, I want to ask you a question. I said, I know you sing only first stanza, but I think, you know, why don't you try to sing with us? I think you could do a falsetto song for it. So as we started singing, and then I would say about 3 months, and then Mrs. G heard that, you know, that we sang, so she called me, Willie, and Little John, and that's how we made an album on that, the Cocoa Palms Torchlighters. But John has such a wonderful falsetto that I believe falsetto is something that it's hard to teach a person. You either have it or you don't.
My name is Elaine Kalalea Fernandez. I was born and raised in Anahola. My dad was George Kalalea. My mom was Hannah Kalalea Failing. And our life in Anahola was sort of hard during the young days because we had 10 children. And I'm the youngest of the 10. I'm the spoiled brat. At nights we couldn't go out. Daddy was strict, so we had to stay home and we couldn't go anywhere. So our life was just to stay home and play music, and that's how we started into playing music, getting to be musically inclined. And of course, Daddy was always a singer, and he had a lot of friends that came over, old friends, and they used to have parties at the house, and he always used to call us to go in and sing for them. And our favorite song for the old folks was Eko Lumea Nui. And every time they used to cry when we used to sing for them, and then Daddy used to say, after you get through singing, you better get inside, and we don't want to hear from your kids no more. So we had to be quiet. You know, we cannot hang around the older people. Everything was, Mom had to feed us during our dinner very early. And then they had their parties at night, and then we used to sing for them. Then we used to finish singing, then go in the bed and say, talk sorry. Then sometimes they're singing and we singing too because it was bored. We had nothing to do. So that's how we started to be musically inclined. And
your father was a composer too.
He also was a composer. He composed that song like for Mom. He said it was for Mom, like I said earlier.
Why is that?
And but Mom's name was Kamakani Kalao, and he also composed a song for her.
How many songs?
I learned to play music when I was 3 years old. Because when my mom used to get up about 4 o'clock in the morning and go outside for cook our breakfast and all that, I would get the ukulele, I would open my father's net box, had plenty net in the box, I would sit in there, sing. Even if I don't know how to play the ukulele, I would sing real loud. And then she comes, she said, baby, that was nice, but don't sing too loud. Daddy will wake up your dad. And I was singing the same old song, Kaimina. And then afterwards, we started to go to church. I sang in church too, but not in front of anybody, ashamed. Then when it moonlight night, we would all sit down outside in the yard. We couldn't go nowhere. Then get the ukulele, my brother always play the guitar. We sing until we have to go sleep because he don't like us sing too long. So I've been singing from then on. Then when I became 8 years old, I could master the guitar. From then on, I would get the accordion and I would turn it upside down. I would play on left-handed kind of accordion. My mom said, that is wrong. Your sister used to play on the right side. I said, I'm not going to play on like that. His hand move fast on the keys. This one on the button. So that's how I've been singing all my life. I sang on Smith's boat, then I went to Ollie, then I went back to Smith's and I retired from there.
I'm really a Kapuli. I'm John Knight Akapuli's granddaughter, and we are related to Queen Deborah Kapuli. But Anahola is very special, and I think it's special too as I look back now because this was the last place on this island to get electricity, right, Auntie? And so I am, to me, Elaine and Helen, myself, and all of their siblings and my 4 brothers, we're like the remnant pieces of Anahola that used to use the outhouses. We had outhouse, we had kerosene stove. There's so many things, so many wonderful things about Anahola, but it's like the pendulum has swung back, and as I see the visitors, the malahinis that are here today mixing with the Kama'aina, that is so wonderful that that our music, most of us got started in the churches as well as like back on the mainland. When I hear the great singers today, they all came out of a church somewhere, gospel music like that. And for us, it was our music, and Auntie Lorna was one of my mentors when I was a little girl. Very strict, very disciplined. I love singing so much, and I knew that this was probably the closest I was ever going to get to learning the any professionalism was going to come out of the church. Even as a young girl, I knew that. But I just think our Hawaiian music, I found that the different ahupua'as have a distinct sound. And when I go to Hanalei, I hear a Hanalei sound. And when in Hanalei, and you folks I think did some, the makas, the maho'ikis, and the ho'ikaikas, the tai hooks, if you will, just so many, but they have their own distinct sound. If you go Kapa'a has their own sound. Yeah. The Kapa'a Hawaiian church, right, Auntie? And then when I go to Waimea Foreign Church on the west side, different sound again, and you cannot duplicate. It's like it's an essence that belongs to that area. every Protestant Hawaiian church had what they called the Ahamilis. And it was a once-a-year event, and it was a huge event. Lots of food. They had song contests, yeah, Auntie? And it was, I mean, that was the biggest thing. All year the churches would practice for this one big event. And those days, you know, transportation was limited. The roads were not the way it is today. And traffic wasn't the way it is today. But, and they would journey all the way to the west side. Maybe this year would be west side, next year would be Hanalei, the following year would be Kaua. But this was the way to shine. I mean, this was their special moment in the sun. The churches was to sing and to hear the message. And so, yeah, the churches were just a powerful influence in all of our lives. And I think the more we think about it and talk about it, there's, you know, like Hawaiian music, there has been such a renaissance with the Hawaiian music for the last several decades. But likewise, even in the churches too, I see that more and more.
Now, if there's one song that would exemplify what you guys are just talking about, a song about Anahola that you all can sing together.
All above the blazing water, you know that?
Far above the blazing waters stands our old Kalalea, riding all around the mountain, round by Waiale snow, nestling there among the branches stands our little brown school.
Boys and girls.
Boys and girls.
How much influence did backyard music have in what you guys do?
Oh, it was the only influence was the music. As long as it's backyard and not the kind of professional guys.
Yeah.
And we enjoy, we play. My mother, my father, they sing every day. We sing and all that.
Yeah, when you speak of backyard music,
It's just you come
typical,
out
this is what
like join them.
you know you expect when you say something like, you know, I mean, everything is impromptu. Everything that we do, we speak the way we do daily, you know.
Yeah.
And everything we do and anything we sing, it all comes from here. And that's the most wonderful gift I think that we have among all of us. You know, everybody, is that this way it keeps you unified, keep you together. Among the branches.
Wasn't that great? That's the good old times Hawaiian backyard music. From Ko'olahuia Church up the hill, we moved down to Anahola Beach Park for music and some talk story with Kalani and Lei Momi, Kaimina and Ohana and friends.
Most of the songs that I know that I play is all like passed down through generations for the people that I've been around with, especially family, uncles, aunties, cousins. And as I grew up and got into the entertainment field, when I first learned how to play the guitar and ukulele and all the different instruments that I do play, it came natural being around a lot of talented musicians, you know, watching them, learning, and listening to the songs that they played. And especially on the radio, because KCCN was, you know, like the best Hawaiian station that we all listened to as kids. For those of you that don't know us, who we are, you know, we have Uncle Dooley Kaumoana on the bass. We have the Pakini bass, you know, the backyard bass. Hey. Of course, they use 5-gallon buckets. They use the Pakini, as they call it, and they use other things besides that too, just to make them sound like that. Oh yeah, they use the boy buckets.
Take a bath.
They take a bath buckets. They use just about any. Laundry buckets, or same smell, same smell. So this is my wife. This is Momi, Le Momi.
Aloha.
They know her as Babes. So everybody know her as Babes, and then they call her as Babes. Myself, I'm just Kalani.
This is my husband, Kalani.
This is her better half. No, I said it wrong. My better half. Something like that, okay. E no ke aku ke gai mo na nui ke aloha e I poi ne me ke alau ali poa the music and all that came through learning on my own or watching other fellow musicians play, or just learning as a kid as I grew up. So that's basically how I picked up a lot of songs, and I was very fortunate to get involved with the music of my uncles and my aunties and everybody else. And that's basically how I learned. And as you get older in life, you can feel this Hawaiian force, or mana, they call it, flows through you, that you just can't put the instrument down once you get to learn it and play it and sing, and it just comes naturally, I guess, with everybody. Shake your limu ko ke kahilu na ona motula ho ia motu hula la eo oni ani o yane ana mai ga buana kalibo me kalimu ko o abilio e me kapae anoni me kalipalu. Uncle Harry, come on here on the Pakini bass. He is well known as Uncle Dooley. Yeah.
One of a kind.
And his Pakini bass
Do you
playing
have any
is
questions for Uncle Harry?
so unique.
Uncle Harry, how do you do that?
How he tunes that? He tightened the string on the top. He just tightened the top. He can
Uncle
change key.
Harry, the audience want to know when did you get started into music?
Way back before Tahiti Nui was. That's right.
Oh, before they built Tahiti Nui?
Yeah.
Oh, that's old, bro.
Play down the pier when the sailboat come in.
Oh, by Black Pot?
Yeah.
That's the place.
Then we used to play. When Tahiti Nui was built, then we used to play inside Tahiti Nui way back before. So we used to get a hospital in Kaua, plantation hospital, and raised up in Hanale. Well, then we started playing, me and my brother, my cousin, Richie. Then I came over here in Anahola, and we started to get together with Kalani, Babe. We had a wonderful time. Then, and that's how we're here today.
I picked up a ukulele since I was 4 years old. And what I play, all my music I play is only by ear and by sight. If somebody came up to me and asked me, oh, play one E minor or something, I'm like, what is that? I don't know. I learned how to play the ukulele by my hearing and my sight. So everything you hear from me today is by my hearing and my sight. I am the only one out of 5 children in my whole family, including my mother and father. They cannot play an instrument. They cannot sing a tune. Well, maybe my dad, if he, under the influence. But that's not correct.
Most of them get under the influence.
And not one of them in my family can do the hula. I've learned to do the hula too.
Okay, ehuli, ehuli mako, ehuli mako, komata kolima, meko kino. And this backyard music is what I know, what I do. And you play the songs that you know, and you play songs that can get everybody involved. And once in a while you'll get an auntie or a niece or somebody, they'll just jump up and do the hula because backyard jam is what it's all about.
Kalani and his friends played kiho'alo or Hawaiian slack key guitar. Momi played the ukulele, sang, and did the hula. Uncle Harry, Kaumawana, played the pakini bass, made from a washed-out, a guava stick, and a thin rope. That's an instrument that's uniquely Hawaiian and also to bluegrass music, and rarely seen today. What a perfect place to play music, reminisce, share food and drink, dance hula, and visit with everyone. Mahalo nui loa tu Kalani, Momi, Uncle Dooley, and all the Ohana at Anahola Beach Park.